Ros Lehtinen of Florida worked with the Hammers to win John's release. She is chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Always great talking to you. Thanks so much. Look, John Hammer's parents said that the State Department was really not lifting a finger to help. In fact, they were very discouraging about it. And then the White House, when asked just a few days ago, seemed utterly oblivious, really didn't know anything about it, and clearly wasn't doing anything. You would think the commander-in-chief would go to bat for a Marine who fought in 2 recent wars. I mean, what was going on here? Why wasn't our government helping?
It was bewildering. The parents tried to do it low-key. They couldn't get the case resolved. They came to me and our 2 wonderful U.S. senators. And thanks to Fox, thanks to O'Reilly, Sean Hannity, Greta, all of you were so helpful. All the press helped, but you guys really came to bat. And that's why I don't really understand or believe that during a White House press briefing that the White House spokesperson said, "Oh, I don't know about the case." Baloney. Everybody had known about the case, and we had been bringing that up. Right. But this is a family of strong Christian faith, and so for them, as we celebrate the birth of Christ tonight, what a more meaningful present than the God delivering their son to them tonight.
Look, we want to talk to you about a couple of subjects here, and that one thankfully turned out well. Let's turn now to Benghazi, because you are very involved in this. An independent investigation, I know you've read it, produced this blistering report into what they refer to as systemic failures in the very department that's headed by Hillary Clinton. And apparently, the State Department, you read through this report, they were utterly clueless about the threats and the dangers in Libya. How much blame rests on the shoulders of Hillary Clinton, and what do you want to hear from her when she finally testifies?
Well, of course, the blame is on the Libyan terrorists, and we don't want to minimize that. But when it comes to the things that we can control, our own government, I think the State Department and the Obama administration as a whole must be made accountable. This was a terrorist attack that where 4 American diplomats were murdered.
Should she have known? Should she have been involved in the security?
Not only should she have known, I want to know why in the 7 hours that this firefight took place, why did this Accountability Review Board not even interview Hillary Clinton? She was just presented with the report. At no time was she interviewed. What did she do during those 7 hours? Where was President Obama during those 7 hours? In a fundraiser in Las Vegas? Why weren't they trying to do something, scramble a jet so that the terrorists would know U.S. is there?
And we looked into this. An F-18 at Mach can get there in a half an hour from our nearest base that is in Italy. Now, our sources tell Fox News, that 3 requests were made by those people who were under fire and lost their lives for help, for a rescue, for something. They even painted a laser target on the enemy that was shelling them, and nothing happened. 3 requests were turned down. Petraeus says it wasn't the CIA that turned that down. Does that mean it was the president?
We want to find out, and only by having Secretary Clinton appear before our committee sometime before mid-January will we be able to know what did she know and when did she know it. Was she given a real-time intelligence? And remember that the intelligence reports were coming even before 9/11 to say this is a soft target, this is easy pickings, there are extremist elements all around this consulate. Why were those security requests denied? And then on that day, for 7 hours, we couldn't even scramble 1 jet to show support. All of this could have been resolved in a much better way.
The American Spectator wrote this, quote, "Obama's fingerprints are all over this refusal. If no one in the CIA chain of command refused aid, the failure has to be Obama's. No one else could have denied the real-time request." Look, does the incompetence that is clearly identified in this report perhaps help to explain why there was an alleged cover-up of the truth by the administration?
Because there is no doubt about it, for the next few days and even weeks, they were still spinning this report of an obscure video and spontaneous protest. And what we have seen from all of the footage is that there was no protest at all, and that there was no mention of any video by these terrorists. So shame on everyone involved in this. 4 Americans are dead. We need to prevent this in the future. In order to do that, we need to find out what went wrong.
Maybe Congress can get to the bottom of it. Eliana Ros Lehtinen, thank you so much for being with us.